Okay, if you haven't watched the introduction videos, then recommend that you go back and take a look. For practice problems 9.1, I'll mention just real quick, I jumped over 7 and 8 because they get into more advanced geometry, and I will do those levels, but as far as the curriculum and what I need to do for my class, we need to get into the assemblies and kind of tie some more of these concepts together, doing the parts assemblies and drawings as our group. So if you have downloaded the practice problem zip file, then you have all of the PDFs, and the level 9 assembly components is what we're going to be pulling. If you're doing Maker, you're going to use this on different computers, then I would make copies of these folders rather than working directly out of these. Since we're making assemblies, we'll be grabbing these parts, and if we were um, going to different versions, 2024, 2025, it might be an issue, but the issue with Maker is once it's saved as a Maker, it's not going back into the commercial or the education versions. So all of that being said, let's move that out of the way. And we're going to read our instructions. With any of the exams or any of the tests, I hope you're looking through the grouping, and okay, we've got a second solution on the same, and it even says start with 9.1 A, and then notice that our solutions are going to go to center of mass. So then 9.2A or 9.2A and B are going to be similar, 3A and B, and 4A and B, and I think it finishes up with 5. All right, so these are getting a little more complex. What this doesn't do for me anyway is the whole process of drawing the parts, bringing the parts into the assembly, creating drawings for the assembly and the parts. This is going to give us a good base in the assembly process, but the overall workflow is still missing here. So let's read through the instructions. Units, inch, pounds, and seconds. Level is easy. 5 minutes, yeah, whatever. Instant. Insert the plier handle base first. So there is a plier handle base part file. And, if that's in the right orientation, then we shouldn't have any issue. Now, they're not giving us a coordinate system, so I am a little concerned about the center of mass, but we'll see what we get. Inserting components, coincident and concentric angles. So we'll do both of these in this first video and see how it goes. All right, so we need to open up a new assembly. And it told us that it's in inch, pounds, and seconds. Otherwise, I would be kind of the second thing I would be doing after I brought in the first component would be switching over to metric. I have made metric assembly templates before. They work about the same as the part templates, but I really found I didn't use them as much. So in the previous video, I turned off the automatic browse. So if there's parts open, we would see them in here. Since I turned that off, it did not automatically open or go to the open screen. So we need to navigate to our 9.1 folder, and it said bring in the plier handle base part first. So let's go ahead and open that. And if I accept it, then we're going to go that way and see what it looks like. Now, their front view and side view is kind of opposite of what I expected. All right, so I want to, if we're going to go that way, then going to the front view, I would have to possibly turn this around to make it look like theirs. All right, but I want to go through this first one, and we can always revisit the I think these are going to be fast enough that we can always revisit these if I need to turn it around. So the plier handle, we'll bring that in. And that's looking kind of like the same thing, but we are going to go through and start doing our mates. So the fastest is going to be the pop-up, but I have a really strong habit of going right to these and not even thinking about it. So let's introduce the mate property manager again. We'll get the pop-up out here somewhere. All right, so coincident by default, but notice that they're interfering with each other. So this is where we're going to come down and adjust the mate alignment to anti-aligned. All right, so that one looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and accept it. So I can move this around while I'm still in the mate properties, get it to someplace I can see it better. And since these two holes will be lined up, that's probably going to be my preference. So we would go ahead and pick those up. All right, and then that gives us our working pliers. So let's go with the insert component, and that time it popped up. So let's go with the plier joint, and we're going to put that into position. And I'll go ahead and just pick coincident. And concentric. All right, so since I made the assumption, or I did not when I brought the part in, let's see, so our first angle was 40 degrees. We go ahead and set that. I go back to the front view, and I'm 180 degrees out of what was generated, or what the part showed us. So I expect my numbers to be 157, 0.570. So since those are actually correct in theirs, it does make me wonder about the drawing or the assumptions made in the drawing. But I want to run through, well, I guess I should finish B before I start messing with it too much. So without the view orientations, yeah, that's a little strange. The origin is the default in relation to the center of mass. So previously we did a reference geometry in our assembly tools. We can actually look at that center of mass, and we'll go back over here and turn it on. Okay, so that is the visual representation of the center of mass. And since theirs look like that, since they said insert the plier handle base, I didn't really want to do anything else, but we are going to revisit that, setting that up. All right, so configurations is kind of it takes a little bit of getting used to what is actually going on. So let's bring this in. You can do a save as, copy and open, and that would create a new file. But since all I'm changing is the angle from 40 degrees to 8 degrees, I really don't feel like I have to do that. They're just saying add or modify the angle, and they haven't really given any other items here. So I would like to retain the geometry, and if we're, let's see, did that, what? Oh, the pin. So when I see the minus signs, it raises the question. Again, that can rotate. It isn't showing me that it can rotate, but it can rotate. All right, so for question 2, the easy way is to go find our angle mate and change it to, oh, I need to edit. It was showing up over here, but I really need to edit the feature. And we'll go over here to the angle and change it to 8. Make sure that it rebuilds properly, that everything is current. And now when we do, went back to the front view, now when we go to our evaluate and do the mass properties, we have 1.89, 0.13, and 0. Okay, so that was kind of my concern. I would hope, or I would assume, that in the test they're going to give you a better coordinate system than this. So I'm going to go ahead and, since is this going to? No, it's not a previous version, so we'll see how that works. All right, so 9.1 and 9.2, or it was A and B, wasn't it? 9.1. Yeah, just something that sort of makes sense. Okay, so I can close that out. All right, so if I did determine that the coordinate system was opposite, going the other way, and we're opening up a new assembly again, go ahead and hit OK. We're going to browse to the plier handle base. This is where we need to find, and I know I moved it out here. There it is. All right, so we're looking for this this rotation, because if I needed to, I would look at my triad, my reference triad, and see that I could rotate this about Y and get it into that position. All right, so accepting it now puts the origin of the plier, all right, to the origin of the assembly, but it fixes it 180 degrees out. So if we go through that same basic process, I can get back to the assembly, insert components. We're going to bring in the plier handle. Did I miss something? Or is it waiting for? There it goes. And we'll go ahead and drop that somewhere that makes sense. We can go coincident to the faces, and if I can see them in that view, it'd probably be better to rotate. And concentric. All right, so I mentioned in there in the introduction that I prefer to pick faces, nice big targets to select. You know, not as many strange things can go on with the selection process. So that one's going to be 40 again. And because the pivot, whatever that was, the joint didn't really play a part in the center of mass, I don't know that it is necessary. Oh, I need to go coincident first. And then if it's in my way, I will just drag it out a little ways. And perceptually it moves that way, but all that, you know, it kind of looked like it went that way, but all it did was move up an angle. All right, so we go through that process again. We evaluate in our mass properties. Now I have the minus 1.57. All right, so without more detailed when I say instruction, we're not really going to have a good idea of which way the orientation was when it came in. All right, so the configurations is mentioning is if this was something that I wanted to keep or that we needed. I'm going to keep looking at that minus sign, so I'm going to expand out the mates until we see the concentric and lock the rotation. All right, so no minus signs, no weird things going on. So if we decided to do this with configurations so that I could go back and forth, then I want to make sure to do the configuration at the top level. We do not want anything called a derived configuration. So 8 degree, And we go back to the mates and I find the angles. So this is all of the mates in the assembly. We're expanding them out as just the mates applied to those components. So this is a little bit handier when I'm looking for that bigger number. As soon as I add the configuration, it adds this other little icon that says what I'm adjusting for is this configuration only. It is now 8 degrees. And we can go to its mass property and we see that our number is negative again. And to double check, we can do the default at 40 and the result at 8. So let's do 9.1 and I'll just add a config on that one. So just so we start to introduce that and get the terminology and what's going on with some of these additional items. Certainly, we just change the angle, we get a new number, we move on. But it depends on what our end goal is for this project.